get the hub off here again. Today I'll show you how to get the hub off the trailer. First you put this little cap here, so what you can do is, I don't know, if you've got a tool like a flathead screwdriver, get it in behind that wee thing, hammer it, and you can just slowly wedge it out, going right around it. Just hammer it in right around, slowly wedge it out, come out. Then you've got this wee split pin, so you'll obviously bend them back, the little fucking ends, pop it out, spin that nut off, whole hub should slide off. And I'll be back when I've got that off. For some reason we're on sideways, but so to get this back bearing off, wedge something in behind it. Same thing, you probably wedge that off there with the wee cap. And just go around. It's a bit awkward doing it with one hand. Oh. And slowly wedge it up, put pressure on it. There's obviously the back seal and your back bearing, and there's obviously the inner race there that you have to bang out to replace, which if you do the other side, you'll go from this side with a wee punch or something and just knock it around the edge slowly. It will slowly come out. And to get this side, obviously flip it around and get on the back side of the wee race and just do the same thing, knock it around slowly and it should slide out. And as I said, yeah, to get bearing races out, you put the, well, you probably want to punch for this, would be fucking easier than a wee screwdriver. You go from this side to get the other side. I don't know if I want to be able to do this with one hand. Anyway, I've knocked them out anyway, so well, most of the way out. But yeah, to get them, probably easier to do it on a hard surface too. Here's that one bearing from the inside. Bearing race. Get the other side. You go from this side, just like that. Now have a bit of a clean out, I guess, if you're doing wheel bearings and doing all this stuff. Give it a nice clean with rags and that. And then you'll press the new bearings in, where my packet is. You want your new race, put it on the back. There are easier ways of doing this, but I don't have a press or anything at home. So I'll get one of the old bearings, shove it in there. Get a socket that fits around there and just bang it in, or otherwise you can just go around each edge and bang it in nice and evenly. Once you get the back one in, it'll be right. I just went around with a punch. As I said, there are easier ways. You'll end up doing the front one. Front one's a bit easier because I've got a socket that is right size. Yeah, that pretty much fits bang on, so yeah, I can press it in with that. And that's the front one. Now we'll just put a bit of grease in there and then we'll grease up the bearings and chuck it on, I guess. Yeah, to pick the bearings, I normally put, obviously, I'll get grease out of the container, put it in my hand, grab my other hand and just rub it back and forward, kind of like, hold on. I'll get it in this hand, I'll get grease in here, and I'll just run it back and forward. Push it and you'll start seeing it ooze out inside of these roller bearings here. Just keep going round and round and round and round and round and push it in. I'll do a wee bit on this one, yes. Yeah, a bit of grease in your hand and then get those wee rollers moving around and you start seeing it coming out inside there. Just keep going round and round and round and round. It'll take more than this, obviously. But yeah, so that's basically the gist of it anyway. And then once you've done, I normally do the back one first. I guess you could do the front one if you really want. Do which one you want. Get the back one in. Then I'll get a seal. I might just clean this original seal out and reuse that. And press that in. Yeah, I personally would rather use this original seal. There's nothing wrong with it. If there's something wrong with it, then obviously replace it with the one that comes in the pack. but the one that comes in the pack I find is not a very nice fit compared to the original. So yeah, you can just press that seal in, now hold the back bearing and everything in place, and you can pretty much, I need to give it a clean still on the outside. We'll put it over, I'll pack it with grease, and we'll put the side on the shaft, and then we'll finish packing that front bearing, put that on, and do the nut up, and go from there. With grease, got the front bearing in, on the outside one, and put the washer back on, and then we will do this nut up. I like to do it up nice and tight and then back it off, just so it seats everything in there nicely. That's what I'm trying to do with one hand, all this. Now you just got to try and find where the wee hole is to put your split pin in, which you'll have in your kit, and I will reuse that. As I said, I don't really like these back seals that come in these kits. They don't seem to fit that nice. I'd rather use the original one if I can. Yeah, pretty simple really. It's just a bit time consuming, especially if you don't have the right tools at home, but save yourself a few $100 by not taking it to the shop, I guess. And it's easy enough to do at home. Yeah, once you clean up the hub, obviously you bang your cap back on, put your wheel on. It's as good as new now. And obviously once I get the trailer on the ground, I'll hook it up to a vehicle and we'll torque the nuts, I don't know, around 100 unit meters or so. But yeah, beautiful now.